It's the time to get down.
Good morning.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for that delay. You know, some days, well, one of the good things about Pax Stereo TV is that we use the same equipment as you do. In fact, a bunch of you probably have better, at least newer, computers than what we're running here in the studio. Because, you know, once you get them set up, you tend to want to work them until they die. So we have to deal with those Windows updates. And I'm telling you, some mornings it's just crazy. So thank you once again for hanging in there while I had to adjust things this morning. So welcome to Mario's Magic.
It's close enough, man.
I tell you, it's that kind of day. Welcome to Morning Coffee, live AM reality talk where we come to you with the topics that are hot today. I'm here with my partner in crime, Victor Allen. Everybody, so welcome indeed. Today's a crazy day. There's crazy stuff in the news. Just to let you know, in the news segment, Vic, I'm going to be talking about Bernie Sanders' Puerto Rico Reconstruction Bill, a bill that's proposing $146 billion. So I'll be talking about that. I'll also be talking about Michael Flynn, what's going on and the significance of Michael Flynn and the continuing saga that is the Trump presidency.
So, what side of the aisle is Bernie getting his money investments from? He's Indy, right? Or is he Indy, Republican Indy? Or is he just
They
Indy?
listed him here as Indy. I had to look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's going to be interesting. That'll be in the news segment today.
Okay.
So we've got a full day. We've also got the hot picks and things going on. So what did we have today from you?
Hey, you know, for me, it's the same old song. Everybody sees it. The college football playoff is a joke when all of a sudden you penalize people for playing strong teams. So I guess the excuse for USC this year is, you know, don't go play the strongest strength of schedule competition versus all the top teams and get penalized because you played better teams. So the mission, everybody, is to go out and play teams like Mercer, Blinn College, West LA College, Davis.
West LA.
Play those teams. Go get those, skip those rocks across the water, and do your new sports that way. That's just the top of it. And then, of course, there's the.
Play West LA.
Hey man.
Play Hamilton High.
Hey man, look. Look. I'm just saying. I wasn't looking to see if USC was going to be there. I was just going. Don't be giving me that weak excuse. So what you really just said is go play all these soft teams. Also, you know, when Tom Brady gets mad, it's a thumbs up. When other players get mad, it's an issue. Gronk ain't that, friendly. Cheap shots, Gronkowski. Okay, I'm going to say that. Now,
I saw.
yeah, all right. So, hey, no problem. I'm not mad. I'd like to see it more, to tell you the truth. And then also on Hot Picks, this is a recognition and honors day for me because it's the young, up-and-coming, talented, trailblazing individuals from HBCUs as well as other institutions heading to China. And then we're going to look at their portfolio to make you sit back and take a pause for the cause. So that's my hot picks, man.
Telling you guys, it's crazy. Thank you once again for the 4,300, over 4,300 members that we're now experiencing at PaxStereo.tv. Thank you so much for joining and becoming a part of our community as we're becoming increasingly recognized. So things are happening, guys. It's winter. It's the winter's okay. And I was looking yesterday, Sunday. I typically on Sundays I go and make the schedule up. We start writing out my stuff for the week, and that's why I started asking Dick and everybody for things they're going to do. And I started laying out stuff on the website, and I laid out the remainder of the season because really the season ends on the Friday the 22nd. We're going to do a broadcast on Friday the 22nd. But essentially the season ends. That means there's like 2 more shows. There's 2 more morning coffees after this.
Right.
Okay? There's 2 more. So I just wanted everybody to know it's about to end, that winter hiatus.
Right.
They have that hiatus.
Right.
Hiatus. Makes me think of Shelley. Anyway.
Yeah.
12/23/17 to 1/15/18. That's the winter hiatus. And our winter season programming begins here on January 15th. So we got some time off, then we return on January 15th. So I'm just reminding everybody because we're winding down and we're getting closer. Plus, you got shopping to do. I need to add my countdown thing to how many shopping days to Christmas.
Well, why don't you just go back and do what you used to do? Give people rocks for, presents.
Something like that.
Didn't you used to buy pet rocks?
It was a wonderful gift.
That's right.
Maybe now we can make them ourselves.
Hey, look, where's the rocks at now?
In my garden. I got them.
All right, man.
All right, Tuesday night, you guys, the Quiet Storm will be here. Theme for this week is It's Cold Outside, music to warm you from the inside out. Be there Tuesday night at the Quiet Storm. So mellow, sexy, cuddly music for you. Music for the mature mind. The Unscripting Marl Hemsley show continues. That'll be Wednesday. You never know what time Wednesday. Sometime Wednesday afternoon. That is the thrill of it. We go live. That's the new show featuring biographer Emil Bonte as he interviews me for his book. Now, funny, it's really, we had an episode last time where we focused on creativity and our creative history. And that was kind of interesting because we got a chance to talk about the process of writing songs, doing songs. And so if you want to go take a look at the latest, it's already up there. Unscripting Marl Hemsley, hosted by Emil Bonte. It's up there. You can take a look. Coming this Friday, we have the full Friday night agenda. Mario's Magic Mixtape at 8 o'clock with the pre-show at 7. And for the Magic Mixtape, the theme is Music Classics for a jazzy holiday season. What I've gone and done is got a playlist of the hot jazz holiday songs. And we'll be enjoying them on Friday for the Magic Mixtape, which is followed by the award-winning I Victor featuring Miko's Towns. Vic, you got any ideas what's up for the...
Well, you don't get too much information. You just have to kind of coattail it from the last episode, which Miko brought in Miss Shirley, and it was one of those transitional periods where we were off for a little bit. So we're not going to tell you too much until you tune in the day of or right beforehand, and we'll sprinkle you with some madness for the last 3 weeks of this year for I Victor until we go into 2018. So, it's always role play and a little surprise here and there. You never know, man. Everybody's, I guess, now settled into their periods where they're now back in the rotation. Everybody's not taking their breaks and everything. So hopefully we can end this year with a bang.
And the key part was end this year.
Yeah.
And bang.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're into the year, even though the next year, we've got stuff we're working on for 2018.
Yeah.
And we're continuing to expand, just like our associates. For those of you who didn't notice, the pre-show now is Mac McAllister's 1-hour show, now in video format. As Mac, our 70... I was supposed to always remember, but I guess Mac is what? 70... Mac, I'm having a senior moment. 77, I think. 74.
I thought he was 58.
No, whatever, Mac. I'm sorry. Anyway, he's does our pre-show, and it's now in a full animated video format, the full show. So it's a wonderful. Now it's not just a treat for your ears is a treat for your eyes also.
Got you.
So tune in for Mac. All right, you guys, I got to give my review.
Well,
Went to the Chris Rock comedy show.
we forgot one other thing.
What?
There's a special VIP event this coming Saturday
Oh,
for
announcing
streaming only. You guys
Okay.
haven't seen the
I
information.
didn't know if it was
Oh no, it's
it's
on. We just
by the forces.
Oh
to
no,
be.
no. This part of this is because it's not your normal event. This is not one of those where the general public is invited to. This is not one of those where you sit back and say, "Hey, let me just crash this joint." A special sizzle and boom event. Get ready. You're going to see more information coming up. It's going to happen this Saturday. Look for the pre-show to start somewhere around 7 p.m. We're just doing a teaser for you right now, you guys. But it's on, and I'm not going to tell you any other particulars because it is a unique, special event with some of Hollywood's uniquest individuals, so to speak. And then following that, get ready because it looks like we might have somebody called B. Dot coming to the stereo on the 16th of December. I'll fill you in more on that information. We're trying to take this out with a bang this year. More projects, you know what I'm saying?
Stuff coming up last minute, as
Yeah.
it does so often before the holidays.
Yep.
Because people start to figure out what they want to do. I must admit, we're still figuring out what we want to do, too. So, a bunch of events. I got Marsha Ambrosius with Chico DeBarge coming up, too. So, that's not too far off.
Yeah.
So, I'll be reporting. Anyway, so I went to see Chris Rock Total Blackout Tour at the Dolby Theater here in Los Angeles and Hollywood. And, man, it was unique because this was a no cell phone event. And when you got there, what they did is they had Yonder in place. And Yonder is this service we talked about before
Right.
that is now being used more and more to make phone-free events. So at first I didn't like the idea. I was like, well, first of all, I think you should tell all of us that it's this before we buy our tickets.
Oh, really? They didn't tell you that, right?
No. I had
That's
already
what I'm
I bought my tickets way back like in July or something.
Right.
And so here I get an email saying, oh, there's all these new things you got to do.
Right.
Now, I'm a Chris Rock fan, though. So, being a fan, you give in to some of the whims of the... And then as I watched some of the videos, I at least can understand why some of them liked it. I can see why when you're performing, it might irritate you during that. And so they wanted phone-free events now. So, like I said, at first I was kind of anti. However, the experience wasn't bad. What they basically do is when you go in, they still threaten you that they're going to eject you if they catch you with the phone.
Wow.
They're going to eject you if they catch you. Anybody seen with the phone with your ejected?
Right. No, I understand that.
So then what they do is they give you a little pouch, right? And then you pass by this device, and the device seals the pouch. It's like a special magnet that they can unlock.
Right.
So now you have your phone, but it's in a pouch.
Right.
And I put my watch in there, my Apple Watch.
Right.
And then when if you want to get on your phone, you have to come out to the lobby, unlock the pouch, they do it real quick. You just put it over this little thing, it goes unlock.
What about emergencies?
You have to run out to the lobby.
So you can keep your phone on.
Yeah, you can keep your phone on.
You just have to get up and leave.
You have to, if you need to look at it, because you can't see through the pouch.
Right. And if you engage your phone, they can actually go, what are you doing?
Well, you can't engage the phone because you can't see anything.
No. If you're checking the phone and you get an emergency, the phone lights up if you open the pouch, right?
You can't open the pouch.
So that means you can't do anything if an emergency.
If the phone rings,
Right.
you have no idea. You have to go to the lobby,
That's what I'm saying.
unlock the phone.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the way they have it. So, and that was, so it was interesting. So, for one, it wasn't any problem with the entry. The entry was slow just because the entry was slow. It had nothing to do with Yonder to me. It had to do with they were just moving slow with entry.
Typical hold you up.
Oh, man, all of this.
They can't solve it,
Maybe
can
that bitch. The traffic getting to Hollywood was ridiculous. Right. Ridiculous. Then once you get to Hollywood, get to the place, inside, their drink lines are ridiculous. Now, I had a package, this whatever is supposed to be premier package, So it included 2 drink tickets per person
Right.
and a box of goodies that came in the afternoon before the show.
Right.
The box of goodies, and I should have brought it out here. The box of goodies included a backpack, a hat, a placard, and a water bottle for the total blackout tour. The backpack is pretty good quality. The hat is. I should have brought. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I left it in the house.
That's okay.
And so you got all that as part of the package, but you still had to go through this whole process.
Right.
So now, what is my issue at the end of it? Well, I was irritated with the idea of someone taking control of my phone, but it ended up being a different experience. For one, I was with somebody who always is on their phone nonstop.
Right. Oh, okay. I know where you're going.
And it was so good to have them not have their phone.
Right.
In other words, my friend who I was with, who I love dearly.
Right.
She's no friend
You
of
know,
mine.
here we go.
I love her dearly.
Here
You know what
we
I'm
go.
saying? I love her.
Right.
Okay, but she could not have her phone. And that was wonderful that she didn't have her phone. That was wonderful.
That sounds personal to me, man.
Yeah, and then the other thing is she didn't seem to miss it. And so you didn't have a bunch of people sticking their stuff up. So in a bunch of ways, I had to admit, I didn't expect to, but I ended up, damn it, I sort of liked it. I sort of liked it to force people to get away from certain things. And I can see where certain kind of things, it makes sense. Not so much that I care about the privacy issues.
Right.
What I care about is the obnoxious people issues.
And you know they have people that sit there and say, I want to get rid of people who go out and eat. And when they're at the tables, they're on their phones and they're doing this and they're not paying attention and everything. We need to have something where we get some pouches.
Well, you have I raised the question the part that I raised it, and you get different answers from different people. I said, if you're in a car with 5 people,
right,
listening to the music, and someone's phone rings,
absolutely,
are we all supposed to turn down the music and wait for you to have your phone call?
No.
But here's what things I definitely noticed. You almost never hear people go, "I'm in a car full of people. Call you later."
Right. They want to keep talking.
For some reason, you never hear them say that.
Right.
And I always go like, what was critical about that phone call that you really couldn't miss?
Right.
The point is, most of them you can miss and should miss.
Well, I think the driver runs the game. Who's ever driving controls the rules, and it's an individual rule. I think it's per person, because I believe that there are people who conduct business, and they said that their phone is. And so a lot of times it's just like here, if we sit here and going in another tangent here, if we want our events to get as much exposure. We actually want the phones because they transfer. That's a different thing.
Appropriate environment.
Right.
But a person who's in business, right?
Right.
Who's driving around in a car of 5
They're going to
people,
be talking a lot.
They should have their own solution to that,
That's right.
right?
I agree.
In other words, what I can tell you, what everybody else knows, I know doctors who are responsible for lives.
Right.
They don't have to talk on the phone.
That's right.
Like the other people, it's mostly a choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I'm around professionals all the time. It's a big distinction. It's just that they feel that they want to do their business.
Right.
While everybody else waits. That's
Right.
all it is.
You just got people who, there's a group, you know who this group is, who loves for you to hear their conversations. They want you to hear it.
Well, that's the part I didn't
That's
miss.
totally different.
See, that's the part. Well, in other words,
they want you to hear it.
I didn't mind so much people shooting video at the concerts.
Right.
But I really would get irritated with people with phone calls and talking and all
Right.
that.
Right.
So I'm glad they couldn't do that.
Right.
Because you can say etiquette, but you can say etiquette. So I don't know. So Mario's opinion is that even though you may hate the Yonder service, I hate the idea of the Yonder service, but I have to admit I actually ended up enjoying it. And it was not a pain in the ass. And whatever. What does that say?
Because let me tell you why it's not. First of all, let me give you the reason. Let me talk to my people back here too, so you can understand why he's not. First of all, he ain't in his 20s anymore. All right, he ain't 18, 19. He ain't that. So all the reasons in the world. So I'm talking to my people back here. So you guys understand, I'm literally talking to my social media flow here. If Mario was, and we could roll back and give them these phones when we're like 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, they'll be looking at them going like, what? You'll be sitting back going, what? Oh, you crazy. Totally different. You're just you're on the other side of the pyramid.
Right, well, it's just I want you to have the phone is how you use it. Okay, imagine this. Okay, because we're old school. Imagine you're having a discussion with your father about the work he wants you to get done that day,
right?
And your phone rings.
Right.
Now, by our standards,
right.
Here are the choices. You're standing there in front of your dad. You are, let's say, 14 years of age. And you're having a discussion about what you're going to be doing. It's a Saturday at like 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
Now, by old school standards, what you know damn well, you better not answer that phone, right?
That's different.
You know damn well, right?
He skipped over the age.
Because
he went to 14. I said
because I can give you another instances, okay, by age. Okay, you can say, so you laying up with your old lady, right? You laying up with your old lady. And you tired, y'all went to the Chris Rock concert.
Right.
Now you chilled out.
Right.
All getting all cozy out in the bed. You start to kiss her on the neck. Then her phone rings. Okay. Okay.
See, he's taking it worse.
Okay, and the phone rings.
No.
You can both see that it's Cece calling.
Right.
And Cece is her buddy.
Right.
And you thinking, there's nothing Cece has to say to you.
Right.
At 11:50 on Saturday night.
Right.
Now, what is your opinion if your old lady answers that phone?
See, you getting a DEFCON. You getting
I can give you the female, if you want to hear a male version, because they talk about men too.
No, I got
looking at their phone during dinner.
Look. Everybody knows that the one thing that sets you apart is when you're paying attention to folks who have what they call phone culture. And when you're around them, you get a sense of who they are. And then you get a sense of how they change. So you already are suspicious, especially if it's a personal and it's an intimate or somebody you're seeing. But I'm pretending like Mario's back in the day when he's giving all those parties. And there's four deep in the car. They're 4 deep. Mario's sitting up there 5 deep. And all of a sudden, it's a party. And they're all talking to people going, oh, we're going to Mario's party. Bam, bam, bam. And I can see Mario go like this. Stop. I'm like, okay, I don't want you guys to tell anybody about the party while I'm driving. Mario's going to be going like this, smiling, going, yeah, tell them, baby, tell them. It's all depends.
It is.
It's all depends, man.
Right. I agree. And that's the part that's to be defined. Hey, I remember being in the car playing music and the girl going, I can't hear you. I said, well, speak up.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'll speak up.
Right. Music is...
I wasn't turning down my music, so I was being an asshole.
And I'm telling you...
I was like, it wasn't even that loud. I was like, it ain't even that loud.
Most people... The conversations in the car are nowhere compared to how loud music is and the type of music. That's always dominated people. Some people get you in the car and they just want you to go, you about to hear my sound system. And they play their music because they want you to hear it. You know, they say, sounds good, don't it? And then they start talking to you and you can barely hear them. Why? Because you're going, you're the passenger. I run this bitch, right? So I'm just saying, phones are not the beginning. Music has been always, and people tolerate it and found a way around it. Phones are just a different thing.
Well,
it depends.
I guess, well, and the immediate issue was whether or not you would, how you feel about someone taking your phone. Well, they actually don't take your phone. That's the other thing. Since they give you the pouch, they just have you put the phone in the pouch, right? Then they lock it.
Right.
They hand you the pouch. So the phone is always, so that's part of their whole
No, I got you.
thing.
They still want you to have
psyche.
control. Yeah, the only thing they're saying...
Semblance of control.
Right, it's a semblance, and they say, look, if something happens, it'll only take you about 30 seconds to address it. If you walk fast, don't interrupt people.
Right, because you can run right out to the lobby. They're right there before you get to the lobby. All you do is go stick a little thing and it'll lock.
Right.
You can pull your phone out.
It all
You
depends.
can call them back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
You actually have to talk.
Yeah.
Or, you can run outside and instead of see that it was not your babysitter,
Right.
it was Cece in here.
Right. I feel you, man.
All right, here's the latest Hot Picks slideshow animation. By Hot Picks, I mean that it represents the accumulated photos since the recent session. We gather a lot of photos here at Pax Stereo TV, and I get the distinct pleasure to assort those into a slideshow animation. Most of them featuring the exquisite work of my partner right here, Victor Allen. But when you see Victor in the pictures, it's usually being shot by Miko or myself.
Doing a grand job, man. Grand job.
Take a look and a listen, and we'll be right back.
Been a long, long
That's part one of our show. We divided it into 4 specific segments. First one being our welcome and monologue. And now coming up part 2, which is schmoozing, good news, bad news, and the other shit, and marijuana for dummies. So are you ready for some news? I hear the crickets.